In today's video, I am going to be creating my own custom controller. Now, I've been running a Ps5 scuff for a while, for like around a year or two, and my left trigger is starting to not register, and sometimes it'll be bad or some days it'll be fine, it won't happen. So it's really annoying, and I did install TMR Joysticks in there because I did have stick drift after a year, and after maybe another half a year, that trigger problem started happening. So now I'm just going to create my own controller because I trust myself rather than Scuff. Now I did notice with Scuff I couldn't really specify a color that I wanted, like I couldn't choose gold like how I did with my custom one. So it's pretty nice having all the color options I can do for myself, and the color that I went with is going to be a gold and black scheme. Now on Scuff's website, I did try to make it similar to my custom controller, and I wanted to see how much it would cost in Scuff, and you can see here it's around $320. Now, here are the things that I bought. I went with a TMR adjustable joysticks that came around for 20 bucks. I'm going to put on screen the price and the picture of what it looks like. And for my controller, I also bought a complete clicky kit, which is going to be the face plus the shoulder slash triggers. Now, I'm going to show you that I did modify it a bit, and I absolutely love this feature. But I'll go into it when we get to that point. The next thing I bought was a Spark 4 back pedals clicky slash adaptive trigger stops, and they came around $50. Of course, I wanted paddles because I do play COD and I play a lot of ranked. Anyways, now there was an alternative that I could have done, which was $25, but it didn't have the adaptive slash instant trigger stops feature, and it also looked like a fat version of it. I'll put on screen what it looked like. I've used controllers that have back paddles like these. I did not like them. I like Scuff's kind that's like skinny and thin, so that's why I went with the more expensive back pedal. Now the next thing I bought was gold chrome buttons and triggers, so these were around $13. For the next thing, I bought a Luna Eastern Myth front shell, which I absolutely love this design of the shell. It came around $22. So to minimize the expense on this controller, I bought a used controller off of eBay for like 36 bucks. And you can definitely see that it's real worn down and just scratches everywhere. I should have worn gloves, but okay, didn't care. I did end up cleaning it, and there's still scratches and scrapes everywhere. There was even a white sticker residue that I don't show on camera, but I did clean. And yeah, so now I'm just gonna get into opening up this controller and just taking out the motherboard and putting it into a new shell. Now how I start this, I'm gonna first install TMR joysticks onto this board. Now I do have a video of me showing that process. If you are curious, I'll link it in the description and even on the top right. But for here, I'm just gonna show that I need to remove all these wires with my solder iron. There's the vibrations, which I'm not gonna use. I'm gonna throw them away, and they're pretty easy to take out. And then the motor wires. And after that, I could just take out everything and just disassemble the rest. Now in this picture, you can see I already installed the TMR joysticks. It comes with new joystick caps. As you can see on the top, it's like kind of shiny and black. These joysticks are adjustable, so it comes with like 3 versions of like short, medium, and then long. And now I'm going to disassemble the rest of this controller so I can put it into my new custom controller frame. Now what I need to do is I need to remove the trackpad or the touchpad, and I need to put that motherboard into my new custom controller frame. So you can see here is my frame, and I did already put the buttons in, and then right here I need to remove the touchpad's motherboard, which it is glued down and it was hard to get into, so I just ended up heating it up with a hot air station. My hot air station doesn't go lower than 200 degrees Fahrenheit, so I just have it at that. But ideally you probably want it at 140, like an air dryer. Now the airflow, I did put it all the way up to 80%, and it doesn't go any higher than that either. So after I take out the board, I have to put it in the new one. Now when installing the touchpad, I did have a problem that one of the plastic pieces broke off easily. It is kind of cheap, so you kind of want to be careful with that, but I just fixed it by putting double-sided tape, which I don't know if it caused an issue, but it looks fine and it feels fine after recording this video. But other than that, I got the old ribbon cable for the mic, and then I had to put in a new little black rubber pad thing on top of it. I don't show it in the video, but you can see it down here. It needs to come with that new rubber pad that it comes with the product because it'll fit into the new case. Now another issue is the PlayStation button. The gold chrome buttons that it came with, it does not fit in the new shell because it's a circle and the button is like a PlayStation logo. That sucks that I won't be able to use it, but it is what it is. I'm just gonna have to use the PlayStation button that it came with the shell. So now that I'm done with the front shell, I'm gonna start working on the middle piece. So I'm gonna put on the new triggers, which what's holding it is a little rod that I need to take out, and it does hold a gear, so it's gonna be annoying having to reassemble all that. But after a while, I did get used to it, and it's pretty simple now. It's not really annoying for me, so replacing triggers are pretty easy. Now this motherboard that I got is a BDM 030. Now also when buying these products, I had to make sure that they were compatible with the BDM 30 models. The triggers I'm pretty sure are universal, but the rest like the front cover shell and the back shell and the instant trigger buttons, pretty sure you need to look at the models. So next what I'm gonna do is install the instant trigger buttons. So you can see that I took off the old rubber pad, which I am going to end up putting back on, so you don't have to take it off. But with the new one, you can see that it comes with instant triggers, and my back shell already comes with instant triggers for L2 and R2. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut these off. So what this does, I'm going to have the function of both instant triggers and the old adaptive triggers. Now I'm going to explain how this works in a bit. So how this works is the back shell has little sliders that I can move in and out, which will be instant and non-instant. And when it's instant, it pulls out this little plastic piece that will click onto an instant trigger button, and it'll detect that on the back shell because it's connected through there. And whenever I slide it back out, when I press a trigger, it's going to contact the rubber pad that I have underneath the instant triggers on the front. So that's how that works. And then right here, you can see that the rubber pad is on the back, and on the front is the bumpers, which is the instant triggers. And I also got instant triggers on the front face as well. So you can see I have to put it onto here on this bracket, and it's going to be right on top of the old rubber pad. So there's going to be two there. So now what I'm going to do is, I do not like vibration motors. I don't even use them in any game mode. And I play on PC, so it's not a big deal. It's not like I'm going to be playing PlayStation games only. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to heat up the glue that's behind the vibration motors, and then I'm just going to push them out and take them out. Now they do weigh a lot, so my controller feels even more lighter. And I am one of those people who like lighter controllers. I'm pretty sure it also helps with battery. I could be wrong. I don't know. It would kind of make sense since it's not using up power, but someone can correct me on that. So now I'm done with the middle piece, so I'm going to screw it onto the front shell. So the next thing I need to do is connect the back shell, because I am using paddles. So I have to connect this little ribbon cable into the trackpad cable, and I need to install this ribbon cable on top of already 2 ribbon cables on the bracket. So now there's going to be 3 of them, which is insane. And so next what I need to do is solder on this ribbon cable on the back to the L3 and R3. And this is only necessary if you want to bind the L3 and R3 to the back buttons, which I don't really do, but I'm just gonna do it anyways just because it's an extra feature. And after I solder on that cable, I am now gonna put everything back on. I'm gonna put the battery bracket on and then screw it down. And now I'm going to build the back shell. Now to build the back shell, I need to first put in the instant triggers that's going to slide in and out. And all I need to do is take out the ribbon cable, is glue that's on the back, and just stick it onto this bracket here. And you can see that this is the slider that'll slide in and out, and when it slides out, and then you can see the instant trigger on the ribbon cable itself. So now this is what it looks like when I installed it, and you can see that when I slide it out, you can see this little piece sticking out. Now I did end up having a problem where the trigger was already clicking on it, so there was no space. So all I did was file the trigger down, so that way there's more space for it to slide out, and that was an easy fix. So after I assemble the back paddles, I'm going to put it onto the back shell, and then now I need to connect all the ribbon cables on this circuit board on the back of the battery. I do glue it down there, and what I connect there is the touchpad's ribbon cable and the cable that I installed on the motherboard on the back. That's going to connect into there as well. And then I'm also going to connect the instant triggers ribbon cable that I just installed on the back shell into the circuit board. And so after I connect all the ribbon cables, now I'm going to put heat tape over them so that way nothing is touching the circuit board so it doesn't short. And after I do all that, now I can finally put the back shell onto the controller. I do also have to make sure that this ribbon cable is sticking out, as you can see right here. Also, whenever you're putting in or you're taking out the back shell, you have to make sure the sliders are retracted so that way you don't break it off. But anyways, after that, I'm gonna put the circuit board on top of the pedals right here. So once I screw these down, these are gonna put the back pedals into place, so that way I can click them and test them, see if they're working fine. And you can see that it comes with an OLED screen. I'm gonna stick the screen onto the back of this circuit board and then put on a screen protector on top of it. So after all that, my controller is now done. So as you can see in these pictures, this is what it looks turned on, the back paddles. So now I'm just going to show the error percentage on my joysticks. I do fine tune them, and they say you want them around 7 to 9% error rate. So I get them to exactly there. And then now I'm going to show the features of the instant triggers and the adaptive triggers on the back. So right here, you can see I'm pressing down on it, and you can see that the motor is shaking it. And so that's working nice. It's being detected. And then I'm going to slide out the instant triggers. And then right here, you can see that it is also working. So now I'm just gonna let this video play of me clicking on everything, showing you that everything's clicking nice. And I did test that everything was being detected. I also did play a game, which you saw in the very beginning of this video. And you can see that the controller is working perfectly fine. So in total, excluding shipping and tax, I did end up paying $161 for my custom controller. Now on Scuff, like I said, it was 320, but that was without taxes and shipping. So again, this was like half the price, and I am pretty satisfied with this controller. Now that's going to be it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll catch you in another video. And I don't know if it's going to be a tech video or it's going to be a zombies guide video. I am trying to push out both of those content, but I'll see you guys later. Peace.